can probably tell, I'm in San Francisco right now, but I'm off to Chicago, and along the way, I'm going to share with you 5 simple habits that, looking back, had the biggest impact on my life. So, let's head to Chicago, and I'll show you what those are. One weird habit that I picked up somewhere along the way was bringing my computer literally everywhere. I could be going for a hike, going for a swim, just walking in the street, and I've got my laptop on me. I never actually even realized that this was weird until people pointed it out to me, and they were like, why do you always have your computer on you? Why are you always carrying your computer? And to be honest, the answer is really simple. It just means that wherever I am, I can whip it out and start working. Trying to do real, meaningful work on a phone is so difficult. Having to use that virtual keyboard, having a physical keyboard, having the power of a laptop, if I need to do code, everything is just way, way faster on a laptop. So if I have 5 minutes in a cafe, or right now I've got 3 hours on an airplane, or maybe it's an hour journey on the Uber on the way from the airport or to the airport, then I could just be getting on with work. And honestly, those little pieces of time really, really do add up. Even if you just have a short commute, let's say 20 minutes, rather than scrolling on your phone, if you've got your computer right there, you can get it out and start working. At primary school, I got into this habit of doing all of my work as soon as I got home. Literally, I would be 9 years old and I would just rush home, try and get all of my homework done, and then have fun. Some people call it eating the frog, but at the time I just thought of it as being, let me do my work now and then I can have fun later. And that was always the way that I did things. Even coming later in life, at university, and even today, I always just want to get the hard stuff done first, and then I'll come onto the stuff that's more fun. That might be, for example, getting some really, really difficult code done on my laptop first, and then maybe having some fun with some video editing, or maybe going on Twitter and posting there, or making an Instagram post. So if you do struggle with procrastination, I would say one of the single biggest things that you can do is just to start with the hard things first. And often you'll find that those hard things that you were putting off for so long actually aren't so hard in the first place. And sometimes things that you've been putting off for weeks, you can actually get done in maybe just a couple of hours or 30 minutes. One of the pieces of advice that I've never forgotten was from one of my secondary school teachers. He said that people who take handwritten notes actually end up doing better than people who take computer-written notes, as in type them out, and do better in the sense that they remember more. And the key point of that is that because you can't write as fast as you can type, you end up just noting down the most important pieces. And that's always stuck with me. You need to take notes on just what's important, so you don't need to worry about noting down every single thing. Today, whenever I'm in meetings, I'm still taking notes. And actually also, when I have an important idea that comes up, I then jot it down. I know a lot of people nowadays on Zoom calls, they're using these like AI note takers. Don't use those. It will be a lot better if you distill the information in your own mind. At the end of the day, you can only outsource so much to AI. And I think that important things are things that are very, very personal and specific to you. AI won't be able to distill the information in the way that really, really matters to you. And also, while you're here, make sure that you do subscribe and follow along for the next video. As soon as you get up, you really need to turn off your alarm. Turn it off! Because if you go back to sleep or if you press snooze, then you're just gonna go back to sleep again and ow. Yeah, you might not bang your head, but you're just gonna end up getting to the spiral where you feel more tired than you actually are. Don't go on your phone immediately after you wake up. Obviously, you might need to switch off your alarm, but that's it. Don't go onto Instagram, don't go on TikTok, don't get this rush of notifications coming in, because it's gonna make your day really weird. Again, I don't really know exactly how to explain it, but it makes you have this feeling of distraction. You start your day off really distracted, when in reality, you should be starting your day off really focused. And then gradually, naturally, things will come about. And of course, you're going to need to go on your phone at some point. But if you want to get deep work done, I'd really suggest doing it in the morning when you are calm, when you are well rested. And of course, some people are night owls, but just as a general rule of thumb, don't go on your phone immediately after you wake up. So that's it. Time to get out of bed. One of the most important habits that I picked up over the years is just listening. I tend to listen a lot more than I talk, and over the years that's meant that I picked up a lot of things that I wouldn't otherwise have learned, just because I listen to people's stories, I've listened to people's life advice, and that could be in any situation. I could be on campus just chatting with a friend, or listening in lectures rather than necessarily talking while we're doing them. Or literally, it could even be a cafe and I bump into somebody and I start listening to what their story is. You'll end up learning a lot more than you would if you were just talking the whole time. On their own, these habits may seem tiny, but over the course of a lifetime, they can really add up and have a huge impact. And if you have one habit that has really made a massive, massive impact on your life, let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you.